Hi guys, Trader Pusa here once again, and the next installment of our series about the money management expert advisor. In order to save some time, I've opened up a number of euro charts and we're quickly going to take a number of trades. So what you see here, of course, standard the lot size. You gotta take profit per trade, a stop loss, pending price, we will come to that, then the number of grid levels, and the pip increment means the difference in pips between those grid levels, and then of course the maximum slippage, which means if the broker offers us a price more than 3 pips away of what we want, then the trade won't be executed. So first trade, let's take a quick short. We say take profit of 20, stop loss of 10, and here we see we got 962, and you can follow here what we got. So the take profit is 20 pips away, 20 pips away, and our stop loss is 10 pips away. Great, that works. Next one, here now it will indicate other chart or trade. It says there is a trade running, but it doesn't belong to my chart, so I'm not going to monitor it. You're also not able to close it here. So after the short, we're gonna take a long, again 2010, and let's put in a long. I'm not going to go every time through the stop loss. We just assume 96 plus 20 is 16, 96 minus 10 is 86. Then time for some pending orders. For that you just click the pending price, then it will say drag the pending line to the wanted price. So if, for example, I want to take a short, then I need to put my pending price above the current price. Again, let's take 20 and 10, and we're gonna enter a short, and here is our pending order. It was opened at 22. 22 minus 20 becomes 2, and 22 plus 10 as a stop loss becomes 32. Let's quickly do one on the other side. That means I want a long. Same here. So you click the line, you drag it to where you want. Say here we got a bit of a support level here. So let's say we think euro will go down to this level. Again, take profit 20, stop loss 10, and we go long. Right, those were the pending orders. Now we come to the second part, which are the grids. For the grids we got 3 types of profit. The first one is a profit in pips, a second one in dollars, and the third one is when we say if the overall account is in that much profit, which you see here, then we will close all the trades. So let's start with the first case. So say we have a grid, so a bit more profit, 20, then we have a stop loss of 10 pips, for example. We want 3 grid levels and we put them 10 pips apart. So I'm going short. So here we see that the grid level is being opened. Again, you can follow here. This one means the pip increment. We said 10 pips, stop loss 10 pips, grid take profit 30 pips. The grid take profit you won't see because the expert advisor will aggregate the profit of the complete grid. So that's number 1, 2 and 3. Here you see manual grid entry, and this means the grid limit entry. So those are the two limit orders. If we look here, we entered at 9.3 and we set that our pip increment is 10 pips. So we have here 9.3 plus 10 is 0.3 plus 10 is 1.3. Then we look at the stop loss. The stop loss was 10 pips for the grid. So that means I will add 10 pips to the last order. So 1.3 becomes 2.3. And that same stop loss is applied to all trades of the grid. And the combined stop loss then for the complete grid will be 60 pips. So that's how the grid works. And yeah, that's how it is. So our grid is complete and running. Then the second case, again for the take profit per grid. So let's say again 30, but instead of a stop loss we will define a drawdown. So if you see this account has about 2,400 euros inside, let's say 10%, and I have again 3 levels, and let's make that a long, for example. So you see here 10% of 2,400 and you find here 240 euros, which will be the stop loss for this grid only. So you can see here the manual grid entry, 10 pips increment, drawdown of 10%, and the take profit is 30 pips. Next case, grid profit in dollars. Say I want $30 from this grid. I have a stop loss of 10 pips, 3 grid levels, and a pip increment of 10. I'm going short. So what you will see here then is that $30. See here, $30 grid profit in dollars, stop loss 10 pips, which became 60 pips. I referred to the chart a while ago. And this is our current profit, which will be in dollars or euros then. We find here 0.06 minus 0.6 minus 0.06. The commission will give you 0. Next one. Again, grid profit, say we want $30. And now we have the same drawdown of 10%. We have 3 levels with the pip increment. Let's go long. So you will find again 10% is 240 and a $30 profit target. Again, you don't see any take profit here because the expert advisor will monitor each grid separately. So you can combine a drawdown also with a take profit in dollars or euros. Now we are coming to the next case, which is the account profit. So let's put this at 300 because we don't want all the trades to close with $3 only, for example. And then again you have a stop loss, for example, of 10, 3 levels, if increment 10. Let's go short. So it's not everything is visible. So quickly let's go to properties. Let's set the width to 1.5, for example. And we see here we had this stop loss of 10, which gives us 120 pips in total, and we have the account profit of $300 with a grid increment pip increment of 10 pips. Let's move on to the next case then. So we had the account profit, say 300. We're gonna combine that now with drawdown of 10%. 3 levels, 10 pips. Let's go short now. Again, let's make it a bit wider. 1.5. Okay. So 240 dollars, euros is our drawdown, 10%. 300 is our profit, and that's what we have at the moment. 0.02 plus 0.06 is around 0.808. Yeah, it's moving all the time. Okay, then the last cases, these are the pending grids, because of course you can also put a pending grid. Let's take a pending grid with a profit of 30 pips and a stop loss of 10. Then again I have to drag. Let's see if we can still find the line here. So let's put it here again, the same level as before. We have 3 grid levels of a pip increment. So here we need to select long, of course. And there we have let's go. Yeah, it's down here, of course, because these are all pending orders. And this one won't show any profit because there is no trade activated, so there is no need to look for any profit. So we had a take profit of 30 here and a stop loss of 10 pips. So you see here your 10 pips, and of course the take profit will be is 0 because that will be calculated over the complete grid. So if one trade is activated and gets to 30 pips, it will close. Do I need all 3 of them? It will also close. And then the last one that I have to show you here, it doesn't matter. So we have 30 euros with a drawdown percentage of 10%. Again, we are going to look. Oh, see, too much already on the chart. Let me stretch it out a bit so I can get or try to get back to my line, pending line, and I'm not able to get to it. I got it. Here we go. So we need to short that. We have 3, 10, and then we go short. And I got an error message which says the grid is not allowed to have a drawdown percentage because you're allowed to add trades to this which have a drawdown percentage. So you will get error messages if you have an invalid input. So we change that to a stop loss and we have to go short. And we change that to a TP per grid, and here we have the grid opening. Again, no profit indication. So here we have the different types of grids and trades you can open. I think we've covered most of it. It's not a full trade manager, of course, because I only cover those things I'm interested in. Meaning the grid trading together with the Larry entry, of course. So you don't have other types of limit orders. There are other types, but that is not included in this expert advisor. So I entered a grid here on this one, and we can add a manual trade if we want. So you got 10, 20, and I can add a short if I want. So it will add a short, but your profit indication will not be affected, and neither will the grid be affected with it. Then if you decide to close, so let's close some things. Here I can push close, and first my grid will be closed. You press close again and the manual input will be closed, and this one will say I don't have any more trades on my chart, all the active trades are somewhere else. So here I can remove my pending, remove the pending, and so forth and so on. So one by one you can close the grids. You can also close the complete MT4 if we do that, and then we reopen the MT4. It has a bit of a headache, of course, loading all the expert advice, but you see it's quite fast. I closed quite a lot already, but you will see here, for example, that the expert advisor is able to get the settings back the moment you pressed close. If I look at the settings here, that must be a take profit of 30 and a drawdown of 10%, which was that 240 euros. Something which is also possible is to, instead of clicking trade, you can also click the grid profit. So it was this case here, grid profit in dollar, grid profit 30 euro and drawdown 10. You can modify the profit to 40 or whatever you want if you're feeling quite confident, and it will say new grid profit, and there you go, the 30 euro has become 40 euro. So that is also possible and was shown in the other video. So as I've shown you, now to keep this video quite short and concise, I have shown you the types of trades you can open. I have shown you you can modify the grid profit. I have shown you if you close, press the close button, first the first entered order will be closed. Usually it will be a grid, then your pending orders will be closed and your manual orders can be closed. So you don't have to be afraid that all the trades will be closed at once. So your pending orders will survive, and also your manual orders if you just want to close the grid. And to recap, so you got your lot size standard. If I only have one trade, I have a TP and an SL. I can have a take profit in pips per grid. I can have one in dollars or euro or whatever account currency you have, and then I have an overall account profit. And then the stop loss for the grids is either a stop loss in pips or a drawdown percentage. Pending price, you just click, you move the line up or down depending you want a pending long or short. Grid levels, this includes the trade that is opened. So if you have a grid levels number of 5, you will have 1 active order and 4 pending orders. And the pip increment is the distance between the limit orders. And that's about it, I think. Yeah, you see here, of course, the news panel. So tonight we will have a bit of red US dollar news. So this concludes this video about the Lazy Larry Money Management Expert Advisor. I wish you all a lot of trading luck with this one. See you next time.